And right now at noon, outrage growing over a senator saying some slur words. Frank Artiles apologized on the Senate floor yesterday after using a racial slur and other obscene language directed at a number of his colleagues. And today, local Democrats gathering right outside of his office in protest. They're calling for him to resign.
And new at noon, we're hearing from Governor Rick Scott today about the controversial words from the senator. We have team coverage at noon. Local 10 News reporter Terrell Fournay is in Southwest Miami-Dade with the latest on the fallout.
And Local 10 senior political reporter Michael Putney has reaction from the governor himself today. Let's get things started, though, with Terrell.
Well, this protest today was organized by the Miami-Dade Democratic Party. It wrapped up just a short time ago, but those protesters left quite a mark. A number of signs now taped to the senator's windows. He has not been here. This district office is closed, but basically the people who participated in this protest are outraged over the senator's comments and his refusal to resign.
Hold him accountable.
Several dozen people gathered on the doorstep of State Senator Frank Artiles' district office late this morning.
Resign now! Resign now!
Their chants loud and their message crystal clear.
His despicable act of contrition was something that I've lived here 37 years, and I do not accept him as my representative. Right. Frank Artiles has got to go.
Yeah! The crowd of constituents and activists are fuming over the Republican senator's use of the N-word and other foul language during a private conversation earlier this week with two fellow lawmakers who are black. Senators Perry Thurston of Fort Lauderdale and Audrey Gibson of Jacksonville say Artiles used variations of the racial slur, an act that Artiles publicly apologized for on the Senate floor Wednesday.
I grew up in a diverse community. We share each other's customs, cultures, and vernacular. I realize that my position does not allow me for the looseness of words or slang, regardless of how benign my intentions were.
Well, I'm from Hialeah too. I lived there 33 years. My kids were brought up in Hialeah. They don't use those words.
I'm embarrassed that I have somebody in Tallahassee with these types of words and views.
And we are aware of several of these types of protests happening in Tallahassee and also here in South Florida throughout the day. In fact, there is one scheduled for 3 o'clock this afternoon, organized by community members. Meanwhile, this matter is now in the hands of a special master who will investigate the breach of any Senate rules, so more certainly to come on this story. Also, we will be at that protest that is scheduled today. We are live in Southwest Miami-Dade. I'm Terrell Fournay, Local 10 News.
All right, we'll check back with you later then, Terrell. And we're also hearing from Governor Rick Scott today about all of this controversy.
Local 10 senior political reporter Michael Putney picks up our team coverage in Miami. Michael.
Governor Scott came this morning to the American Museum of the Cuban Diaspora to award the Governor's Freedom Medal to 3 brave Cuban dissidents, all of whom spent years in Castro's jails for demanding simple, basic human rights on the island. After the ceremony, I asked the governor about the reprehensible and racist remarks that were made this week by State Senator Frank Artiles. Should Frank Artiles be forced to resign from the Senate?
I can just tell you, it's disappointing, it's disgusting, it's wrong. I mean, I don't know why anybody would say racist or derogatory statements like that.
Should Artiles be expelled by the Senate itself?
You know, he's a separately elected official, and they've got to, you know, the Senate's a separate body. They've got to make those decisions on their own. But I can just tell you that I'm disgusted. I'm disappointed. You know, this is. I mean, you should never hear things like that about anybody.
Senator Artiles is a Republican from Kendall. He apologized yesterday on the Senate floor, but many of his colleagues say the apology was insincere. It was too little, too late. Senator Perry Thurston of Fort Lauderdale filed a formal complaint asking that Artiles be expelled from the Senate. Artiles says he will not go without a fight. We are live in Miami this noontime. Michael Putney, Local 10 News.